hands together to help me welcome Toastmaster P4
Can I see raise of hands from the people present here who believe that they are absolutely perfectionists? Thank you very much for doing that. I live, I love, I cry, I laugh, but I'm not perfect. No one is. Not you, not me. Toastmasters of the day, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests, a very good evening. Good evening. When I was hunting for the topic of this P4 speech of mine, I asked myself, what is that one change I've experienced in the past few years in me, which has actually shifted the way I used to think, or I used to react to the events happening around me for the last few years. I couldn't agree more with myself when I discovered what it is, and that is the topic of my speech, which is perfection is an illusion. This is something I've truly started believing in. I've come to realize that we do not need to run after perfection, because our best effort is good enough. It's time to ease the stress and stop that endless pursuit of perfection, because chasing this perfection is very frustrating. For many years, I wasted far too much time and energy in which I tried to be perfect son, student, friend, employee, and even husband. And by doing that, I put so much stress on myself. It put actually so much unbearable pressure on myself that it leads to a life which is not very satisfying and fulfilling. Worst was that I started expecting a perfect world around me. From the friends and family, from the non-living thing like my car, and even from the God, I needed everything to be perfect. I went for those extra miles in my office just to please my bosses, even though it meant to have sleepless nights in my office. I remember when my daughter came with 92% marks in math assessment, I was not at the cloud 9, because I was thinking about those 8%. When my son came with the silver medal in his hand from the athletic game, I was thinking where to put him for more vigorous training so that next time when he comes home, he comes not less than a gold. Today, with 20 years of corporate life and 40 years of real life, when I look back, I find perfection is just an illusion. It is like hunting for that pot of gold at the end of rainbow, mirage. When you come across these perfectionists, you will realize that it's very difficult for them to get satisfied with whatever they produce, whatever they do. Because they always think, I can do it better. In some or the other way, they think it is not what I want. And that actually puts them under a lot of pressure. These people have some vague idea about what being perfect means. But when they get there, that idea itself goes somewhere else. The bar keeps raising up, and the target keeps moving. And because of this, they actually put a lot of stress on themselves. This is why constantly going after after perfection is actually not a good idea. Having said that, I'm not at all suggesting that one should aim low in his life, or we should not try hardest to achieve what we have set out to achieve for ourselves. That's different. Michael J. Fox said once that I'm very careful not to confuse perfection with excellence. Because excellence I will reach for, perfection is God's business. For example, we all know the contribution of Sachin Tendulkar in the World Cricket and what he has done and his contribution. But just because he is not able to make his 100th century for last 1 year, I do not think we can dilute his greatness. Just because Don Bradman remained at the average of 99.9 runs per inning, I don't think his greatness can be discussed that, oh, he was not the guy where he should have been. So this is the difference. So I'm not suggesting that we should not try our best. We still have to put our heart and soul in whatever we do. But where I'm coming to is, if we develop an attitude where being perfect is the only option, then we are leading towards a life which is always looking for something more, less satisfying and less fulfilling. Giving up perfection does not mean that we are settling for less. It does not mean that we lack ambitions in our life. But when we try to give up on being perfect, we actually get freedom. And that is where I think we all need to strive to do our best in life, rather than do it in a perfect way. I have done that, and I'm very happy that I've done that. I'd like to conclude with one beautiful quote from Jennifer Walls. She says, "Nobody is perfect. We all are just one step up from the beasts and one step down from the angels." Over to you.